Hi, welcome back. My name is Michelle and you're watching Michelle's Life. I wanted to make sure I got a couple more videos filmed for the week, so I'm taking my time today to film a couple extra ones. I have been reading a little bit more this past week because it was spring break, so I figured I would share with you the things that I've been reading and the things that I've been enjoying, even though I haven't actually finished anything. So this is kind of like a currently reading video, and I really only have two books to talk about today, and they're two completely different books. The first one I want to talk about is Saga Volume 7. I really can't go into much, obviously, because this is Volume 7, so it's kind of a spoiler for the previous 6 volumes if I really go into it. But I will say that I am still loving the direction of the story and where Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples are taking our characters. I really loved that one of our new main characters is a trans woman. I really love seeing that perspective. Unfortunately, so far I'm only like halfway through and I would like to see more of her character, so I'm hoping that as I continue and finish it, I don't really see a lot of her. I'm hoping that there'll be more of her. But more queer characters seem to be popping up throughout the series, and I'm really enjoying meeting and learning about these characters and just seeing how well fleshed out this entire world is and how inclusive it is to all different characters. So I'm really enjoying that element to this series. It's just an ongoing appreciation that I have towards this series. So if you have read up to volume 6, I definitely recommend going on to volume 7. Like I said, I haven't finished it yet, but I am currently really enjoying it. Then the second book that I'm currently reading is Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay. I really wanted to read more feminist literature, and when I looked up lists, this one was on all of the lists to read. Of course, We Should All Be Feminists by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie was also on that list, so it's already on my Kindle. I just wanted to read through Bad Feminist first, and then I definitely plan to read We Should All Be Feminists after I finish Bad Feminist. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about feminism and just being more educated on the whole movement and the concept. So anyway, I picked up Bad Feminists, and I didn't really like, it's kind of like a collection of essays that Roxane Gay has compiled to create this book, and I really enjoy her voice. I feel that it's very easy to understand and very relatable, and I like the concept of bad feminists and how she describes that a lot of times with the feminist movement, we find leaders that we put on these pedestals, and once they mess up or say something that might contradict the overall belief or overall values of feminism, they are immediately stricken down from their pedestals, and then people start saying like the umbrella of feminism is a negative thing. So she identifies as a bad feminism who believes in a lot of the feministic values, but at the same time understands that she herself is not 100% a feminist according to some of the currently held beliefs or whatever of the movement. So I probably didn't word that correctly, but that's my understanding of her definition of bad feminist, and I thought it was really interesting because it's her accepting the not necessarily title, but her understanding that she understands feminism to a certain degree, and she may not understand all of it in its fullness, but that she does still consider herself a feminist, just her own category of feminist. And I thought that was really clever, and I like that the concept that you don't have to be fully indoctrinated into something to hold its beliefs and hold most of its values and stuff. So I like the concept, and I continued reading. So the second essay, or the second chapter in the book, I wasn't a big fan of. It was very much focused on Scrabble and Scrabble competition, and I may have just kind of skipped over that part. But the third chapter is How to Be Friends with Another Woman. And I kind of laughed out loud at a lot of these, and I recognized myself in a lot of it. So I thought it might be fun to read you some of the bulleted points in this. It's kind of like a preface before chapter 3, like an introduction to the whole topic of female friendships, and I thought it was really, really interesting. So I just wanted to read through a couple of those for you. It says, number 1, abandon the cultural myth that all female friendships must be bitchy, toxic, or competitive. This myth is like heels and purses. pretty, but designed to slow women down. 1A. This is not to say women aren't bitches or toxic or competitive, sometimes, but rather to say that these are not defining characteristics of female friendship, especially as you get older. 1B. If you find that you are feeling bitchy, toxic, or competitive towards the women who are supposed to be your closest friends, look at why and figure out how to fix it, and or find someone who can help you fix it. Next. If you are the kind of woman who says, I'm mostly friends with guys, and act like you're proud of that, like that makes you closer to being a man or something and less of a woman, as if being a woman is a bad thing, see item 1B. It's okay if most of your friends are guys, but if you champion this as a commentary on the nature of female friendship, well, soul search a little. And that one kind of hit home because I've always done that. 3A, if you feel like it's hard to be friends with women, consider that maybe women aren't the problem. Maybe it's just you. 3B, I used to be this kind of woman. I'm sorry to judge. Number 4, sometimes your friends will date people you cannot stand, but you can either be honest about your feelings or you can lie. There are good reasons for both. Sometimes you will be the person dating someone your friend cannot stand. If your man or woman is a scrub, just own it and your friends can talk about more interesting things. My go-to explanation is, I'm dating an asshole because I'm lazy. You are welcome to borrow it. Number 5, want nothing but the best for your friends, because when your friends are happy and successful, it's probably going to be easier for you to be happy. 5A, if you're having a rough go of it and a friend is having the best year ever and you need to think some dark thoughts about that, do it alone with your therapist or in your diary, so that when you actually see your friend, you can avoid the myths discussed in number 1. Number 6, tell your friends the hard truths they need to hear. They might get pissed about it, but it's probably for their own good. Once my best friend told me to get my love life together and demanded an action plan, and it was irritating, but also useful. Number 7, surround yourself with women you can get sloppy drunk with, who won't draw stupid things on your face if you pass out, and who will help you puke if you over-celebrate, and who will also tell you if you get sloppy drunk too much or behave badly when you are sloppy drunk. Number 9, don't let your friends buy ugly outfits or accessories you don't want to look at when you hang out with them. This is just common sense. Yeah, so I just enjoyed a lot of those. I mean, I'm only 16% through the ebook so far, but I really like her voice, I like her attitude, I like her wit. I like the fact that she is writing from a lot of perspectives that I can relate to. I can relate to being a teacher, though she teaches college and I teach middle school. I can relate to the fact that we both are writers, though she's published and I am not. I can relate to the fact that her mother pushed her towards education and, you know, working hard. My mother did the same. But at the same time, I love that there are other aspects to her personality that I can learn from. She comes from an immigrant family. She is a person of color. And there are just many other aspects of her life that are, you know, different from my personal experiences. So I really like that I'm learning through her and learning different things about the topic of feminism through her perspective and her opinions, and it's really interesting so far. And let me know down below if you have read this book before, because it seems like a really great book to open a discussion on. A lot of times I filmed mid-book rants, and this isn't necessarily a mid-book rave, it's kind of just a currently reading that I thought would be fun to talk about. So that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!